Hi, I'm Linda with Peak Housing Solutions, and I'm sitting here with Dawn. Rebecca's at work today.
Yes.
Yes, and you just got off the golf course.
I did.
That's fantastic. Anyways, we're here because I guess you called me, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, saw a sign at
Superstore.
Rent to Own. Yeah, and you thought, yeah, and that's where it all started, didn't it?
It did. It was a good start and a good finish.
It was. So anyways, you gave us a call. We met. I met with you and Rebekah. And you sort of explained your situation. I'll just get you to share a bit about that. So what sort of was the situation you guys were in when we met?
Okay. Rebekah and I lived in Ontario and we moved out here to Alberta. And when we moved here, we wanted to buy a home, but we had credit issues from being in Ontario and the way work and everything went there. Exactly. So when we moved out here, we were stuck renting, and we wanted to get out of that as quickly as possible. But I went to the banks and stuff. They said they couldn't do anything for me to help reestablish my credit and things like that. We were doing well financially, but we just couldn't get any outs or make any traction on moving forward. So we called you guys to talk about rent to own, and pretty quickly we found that we could get into a place and build up the credit and save up the money, and within 18 months we were now moving into, I guess yesterday we got approved.
Yay! For a mortgage.
Yeah, and now it's a nice feeling. Instead of just, out here we were paying $1,200–$1,400 a month plus utilities, so you're just paying someone else's mortgage. So it was nice to finally have the feeling of putting our money into our own home and into an investment.
Absolutely. And you guys worked hard. You saved a nice chunk of down payment, which is fantastic.
I must admit it wasn't easy, but we stuck to our guns. We knew what we wanted to do, and but we made it a goal for us to do it. So we put aside every bit that we can. We still lived our normal lives, but we just didn't splurge on anything or anything like that. So
that's fantastic. And I think too is that you had shared that you had made some attempts to say, what do I need to do to reestablish credit, and you were given some bad advice. Yeah,
like soon as I moved out here and things like that, I went to the banks and said, listen, this was my situation. I have a really good job. This is what my goals are, and they're like, we can't do anything for you. Your
credit is...
your credit is...
You had a blip, and you're just going to have to wait. Yeah. But then when you met us, and then had a conversation with our broker...
Exactly. Like 3 days later, we were on the right path. And
she told you, we gave you some pretty specific instructions about what you needed to do.
Exactly.
And you followed them pretty much to a T.
Yeah, exactly.
You did.
And we're very grateful. We're glad we made that call.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you made that call. Feels pretty good.
It does.
Yeah, so... I think there was a good amount of trust on both sides. You and
Lynn, I'm just saying this because the camera is on. You and Neil were awesome to deal with. It's nice to deal with somebody. You're not just dealing with a big corporation or something like that. And you guys do really care about us and getting us into that home. Like, I have friends that are doing rent to home, and they're doing it 5, 6, 8 years because they're not aggressive enough with it. They're just putting $200 or something like that. So they're stuck in that same trap. But you and Neil we came across as being genuine people, so that's why we decided to go with you.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, because we really feel strongly that one of our strengths as a company is we want to set you up for success. And if we can't create a win for you, I can't go into a deal with you. And we want to do it within a time frame that's reasonable. Sort of 3 years max kind of thing. And we could see that you have the earning potential with both of your jobs to do that. We thought, hey, we can really help these guys. So it felt pretty good when we got together last Sunday night and we signed the contract, and then we found out yesterday you were approved.
Yes.
So August 10th you're going to have possession of your home, and you're going to start making your own mortgage payments, and
absolutely.
And it's history after that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys.